The surprising reason your worms are swarming, and how to stop it. If you've noticed your worms suddenly swarming to the surface or clustering in unusual areas of your soil, it's not random behavior and it's definitely not a good sign. Most gardeners assume worms are just reacting to rain or temperature changes, but in reality, swarming is often a response to stress inside the soil system that is already starting to fail. When worms behave like this, it usually means oxygen levels are dropping, moisture is becoming unstable, or chemical conditions in the soil are shifting too fast for them to survive comfortably. And the same conditions that force worms upward are the same ones that quietly damage plant roots and reduce long-term yields. Before we go deeper, one tool I rely on in both container and raised bed systems is a 4-in-1 soil moisture meter that measures moisture, pH, temperature, and sunlight intensity. In most worm swarming cases I've tested, the issue traces back to uneven moisture distribution or hidden pH shifts that you can't see just by looking at the soil surface. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. It helps you catch these problems before they turn into root damage. Now let's break down what's really happening under the surface. Most gardeners think worms randomly come and go in soil. That's not how it works. Worms are extremely sensitive organisms that respond immediately to changes in oxygen levels, moisture consistency, temperature stability, and salt concentration. When conditions stay stable, they stay hidden and work quietly underground. When conditions shift too aggressively, they move. Swarming is usually a warning signal that something inside the soil environment has crossed a threshold. I've seen this repeatedly in raised beds, compost-heavy containers, and even vermiculture systems that were slightly overwatered. The pattern is always the same. The worms don't just leave. They rush to escape. And when that happens, plant health is already being affected even if the plants still look fine on the surface. Because worms are not just soil residents. They are active engineers of soil structure. They create channels for air movement, help regulate moisture distribution, and accelerate decomposition of organic matter. When they leave, the soil slowly becomes denser, less breathable, and less efficient at supporting roots. So if your worms are swarming, your soil is already under stress. The most common trigger is oxygen loss. This is the first thing I always check. When soil becomes compacted or overly saturated, oxygen levels drop. Worms cannot survive in low oxygen environments for long, so they move upward in search of air. This often happens in container gardens where watering is frequent but drainage is weak. The surface may look dry while the bottom stays waterlogged, creating a false sense of balance. In my own tests, even a small imbalance in drainage structure was enough to trigger worm movement within 24 to 48 hours. The second major trigger is moisture instability. Worms prefer consistency. Not wet one day and dry the next. When soil swings between extremes, they become stressed and start relocating. This is especially common in shallow raised beds or pots exposed to strong sunlight where evaporation happens too quickly on the surface while deeper layers stay saturated. That imbalance forces worms to move upward or outward in search of more stable zones. Then there is the chemical factor. Most people ignore. Salt buildup from fertilizers slowly changes the environment inside the soil. Even when plants still grow, worms begin to avoid areas with high salt concentration. Over time, this creates uneven distribution of biological activity, and worms start clustering in pockets of safer soil before eventually leaving entirely if conditions don't improve. This is one of the most overlooked causes of worm instability in container systems. Now here's the part that actually fixes the problem. The first step is stabilizing moisture across the entire root zone. Instead of surface watering, I always water slowly and deeply so moisture reaches evenly through the profile. In containers, this means watering until you see slight drainage at the bottom, then allowing the system to rest and rebalance. The goal is not just hydration. It's uniformity. Next is improving soil structure. I add organic matter like well-finished compost or worm castings at the surface, about ½ inch thick. This helps regulate moisture movement, improves oxygen exchange, and gives worms a stable zone to return to. In many of my systems, worms begin returning within days once structure and moisture stabilize. But here is the mistake that ruins recovery: overcorrecting with fertilizer. When gardeners see worms swarming or leaving, they often assume nutrient deficiency and start adding more inputs. That makes the problem worse by increasing salt concentration and further destabilizing the environment. At that stage, less intervention produces better results. Instead, I focus on observation and balance. Because once worms start behaving normally again, plant performance usually follows quickly. Roots expand more efficiently, water retention improves, and nutrient cycling stabilizes without additional chemical inputs. And this principle applies beyond soil. Even in hydroponic systems, stability matters more than intensity. Roots perform best when their environment is consistent, not when it is constantly being adjusted or overloaded with nutrients. The medium changes, but the biology principle stays the same. Healthy root systems depend on stable conditions. So before you assume your worms are just swarming for no reason, understand this clearly. Worm behavior is feedback. It's one of the most reliable signals you can get about what is happening below the surface. If you fix the environment, they stop swarming. If you ignore it, the system continues to decline. If this helped you, subscribe to FarmLogic and share it with another gardener who is struggling with soil problems. Because once you understand what worms are telling you, you stop guessing and start managing your soil like a living system instead of a container of dirt.